Some would say that finance is the petrol that powers a business. How true is this? To help us explore and understand the vital role finance plays in MSMEs is an elite panel consisting of Mr. Jide Majiagbe of Smedan, Mr. Osai Gbovo Omoregbe of Fidelity, and Funke Medun of Leapworld Africa. All right, thank you very much for joining me. But then before we begin, let's take a quick look at this information. All right, thank you very much for joining me in the studio today. Let's speak a bit about finance, right? Some analysts have said that the federal government have come up with alternative borrowing initiatives for MSMEs in such that they are able to, those that do not want to go to lending institutions, like banks, for example, to get loans on high interest rates, for example, right? Do you think this is true? Let's start with you.
Absolutely true, but the bit I just want to sort of shed some light on is the bit around the fact that, yes, government from time to time, through the central bank, through, for instance, the Bank of Industry, through even the newly established Development Bank of Nigeria, endeavors to ensure that the financing question is answered through, better access platforms and even, better pricing situations. But what is clear is that for you to reach that critical mass, you still need the lending institutions like the commercial banks in this case. So in a sense, what then happens is these funds are created, and then a set of guidelines are rolled out to drive them, and then the commercial banks or deposit money banks clearly still serve as vehicles to ultimately, playing within the ambit of those guidelines that have been rolled out to guide those funds, still serve as vehicles to transmit these funds, to eligible MSMEs. So yes, a lot is happening with respect to rolling out, funding windows that are as friendly as possible for MSMEs. But what is also very clear is that the commercial banks are part and parcel of that whole story, because we already have the tested platforms for lending, the distribution infrastructure, and all of that, and we play that role of ensuring that the ultimate MSME on the street, gets that money that has been set aside by government and other agencies that are clearly, interested in developing SMEs. Okay,
yes. Let's get to you, Mr. Jide. What's your thoughts on this?
Let me be very frank. The government is doing a lot.
Yeah,
it's doing a lot. But the bottom line is information dissemination. Nigeria is a very big country. We still have a lot of things that we can do better, but we're getting there. Let me give you an instance for Smedan. We don't give money, but we facilitate, we link to finance. Some programs, special programs that we do for the MSMEs, which we have done in Oyo State, we did in Bauchi, we did in Sokoto, and we did in Lagos. It's called Conditional Grant Scheme, where we give the micro businesses 50,000 naira credit, not a loan, but a grant to assist in their businesses. Like in Lagos, we gave 90 people from each local government in Lagos State, that 50,000. The funds have not yet been disbursed, which is the process. They'll be giving their money in each of the local governments for them to assist to make their business better. That is what we were doing. But the government, you can see, is a very SME-friendly government. And like I said, there's still a lot we can do. Take, for instance, the CBN loan, which many people still don't even know about now, because they don't know how to really go about it. Remember I said information dissemination is a problem. It's at 5%. It's for you to utilize it. You must be trained, have it through an institution that will, through the certificates, with everything registered, accredited training, MSME training, like EDI, SMEDAN, etc.